boost that mobility, but the poison mechanic doesn't really add as much as something like Crystal does. So it requires Lucius to be a little bit more foundational in his defensive or offensive play that he exemplified greatly in the winner's side set with going to stages like Fire Capital to maximize movement. Let's see if he can do the same here on Hodojo.
Yeah, early on, Lucius, the thing that he does as a player, right, is he's really good at making space with his pristine movement. And against a player like Sandstorm who's looking to find the most optimal routes and take shots as early as possible, you can really like mess them up and trying to perfectly find that like geometric angle to find that first hit in. Especially on the beginning of this game, Lucius playing your top on these platforms and forcing them to overextend a little bit. But I mean, so far, he's doing a pretty good job of waiting out the position the Olympia's putting him in right now.
Yeah, some explosive combos, intermittent between some powerful openers. Lucius getting caught in a bit of a trap, tries to skip ledge. There's two things you'll have to notice about both of these sides. You know that Sandstorm is willing to explode at a moment's notice. His hit confirms are second to none. And Lucius wants to focus primarily on edge guards and forcing characters off stage, but he has a penchant for skipping ledge in favor of deeper edge guards. Let's see how it fares when it comes to early versus later in this set, depending on how they want to orchestrate each other. Quick back throw fair. Needs one more hit, and the Nair tap will do it. Without Crystal available, Olympia cannot recover from that deep.
Lucius looking to wait out an approach here from Sandstorm. Down 20%, not too much to worry about. Sandstorm immediately getting back in there with an up throw, looking to accentuate off these platforms. To get back in there with a Nair as well. Do another up throw, sitting into the bubble, which is going to save him out again. Lucius so good at playing around the bubble at the ledge, looking to keep himself safe, and now waiting around that platform for Sandstorm to throw out that crystal in center stage, deleting that immediately there, not only to get that off of the table, but also put out a hitbox to kind of deter Sandstorm from kind of running in a little bit too much there in the center stage. Up throw comes out though into another up air, getting with that crystal into a down air. Another reset. Wait a minute, Sandstorm's taking us all around the world right now.
He had the read, but didn't get the right hitbox on down tilt. Wanted the pop up one, instead got the pop up and out. It wasn't quite where you wanted it. It's quite a shame because it could have been a perfect setup for a stock there from Sandstorm. Instead, fishing a little bit with that one up strong, see if he goes for another one. Instead, we're just swinging with up air, swing with crystal tosses. The stage is condensed for a reason, barely pops the crystal before it can crystallize. Lucius getting away with murder, but can't find a way out of that down tilt conversion. Down one stock here, and Lucius trying to scramble his way back into a control of this game number one.
It definitely can be easier than done. As Lucius, again, another back throw comes out, and they could have some space there with that Nair, representing that ledge space, trying to force Sandstorm to overextend. But as we say that, not too worried about the double Nair coming out, chasing that DI in as well. So the double piece of the Nair, down to F coming out into another forward air. Definitely very well done there for Lucius to bring us down to last stock.
Yeah, that's a nice awareness of getting the, changing up the combo a little bit just for the sake of Olympia being such a fast faller. All right, 68%, not bad, especially snagging ledge out from underneath the side B like command loop on ledge there. Oh no, not missing the tech. Oh no.
Saying that Crystal cannot go for that high recovery he's typically going for. That's gonna, okay, just barely makes it back to ledge. Up air comes out as well, gonna catch you with that tongue, playing around that side platform, waiting for Sandstorm to catch you with that crystal. Throwing those up airs into the Nair as well, looking to catch Lucius, going higher with that bubble. He's going to challenge it with the crystal. Back on the chasing you all the way down to the other side of the stage. He's looking back down the center stage, waiting it out with those singular needles. Not going to overextend right now, considering the pressure this Olympia is putting out from the top of these platforms. Forward air coming out again, like when the Nair or the F tilt, the down tilt into the up strong is going to close it out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keeping it simple.
Down tilt is such a powerful equalizer and inevitability tool in that regard, but there was a reason that Lucius was playing that with so slingshotty, like back and forth from one ledge to the other, just looking to try and establish a position. And whenever Ranno wants to establish a position on stage, it's always by a platform. Ranno's plat drop game is so fantastic, just like many characters in this game. Yo, wait, that pickup was so low.
Oh my goodness. Quite literally sharking under there into the water, now waiting for to jump in from the platform there. Lucius trying to bait out a grab, but Sandstorm not too worried about that whatsoever. Has that crystal off the stage, representing that command grab. Reset again. Oh my god, the back air, like hit fall into the up strong.
I'm gonna be real with you. Why did Olympia get 2 nairs? She has the kick. She has the normal nair and the back nair.
That's why.
That's true. Sometimes you do suffer hamster deaths. It just happens like that.
Sandstorm heard you talking about your nail. Oh,
I gotta back up. I gotta back up.
Stop talking about it. I mean, it seems like Merchant Port definitely accentuates Lucius's game plan typically, where the moving around the quicker movement plans, where he goes for those more hit and run kind of play style. The thing about Sandstorm is that he is so hyper focused in on finding that hit from top of those platforms at all times. The second you mess up once, the second you land where you're not supposed to, a single time, he is there and he's taking the stock immediately.
Expeditiously even. Look at Sandstorm, like really
and you're gone.
You're gone. You're just inching too close to the crystal field there. I like that Sandstorm sometimes like really messes with the timing on the focus attack as well. Like, he'll just let it rock ever so slightly longer to utilize that one hit of armor to maybe get Lucius to come in a little bit sooner than he wants. And like changing up the timings there is always going to keep Lucius a little bit on this back foot. So we see that back foot close out on the back air, and another mess up on the recovery. That's 2 effectively SDs, unforced errors here from Sandstorm, bringing us to a final stock here, this game number 2. We take those if you're Lucius, and this bubble needs to be imperative. We're getting to that key 33 to 40% mark where, importantly, F-tilt starts to knock down.
Now we have Sandstorm with that crystal again, going for that deep low recovery. Lucius just barely threading the needle there, and waiting patiently on those top center platforms, deleting the crystal there as well. Not let that play around too much, delaying with the bubble, with the downer as well. Getting back to that top platform, just barely hanging on. The Sandstorm getting a little too tired of waiting for Lucius to play around here. Gonna find that converter later on, playing outside of that bubble, just barely in the corner. Playing here, gonna catch a roll in there with a grab. Not gonna find anything off that up strong just yet. Waits for that F tilt. Their backs are coming out, chasing to that platform. The page from the court and the focus attack. Wait a minute.
This is no double jump here on Sandstorm. It still has not touched ground. Oh, but it's caught by the ending hit of that upbeat. That was so much good damage. We're in a final hit type of game here. Last stock. Hunting for these final confirms. We're seeing down tilts from both sides here. Momos, the F tilt, it forces a knockdown. 1 forward air, and the second will do it. Lucius given a bit of a gift, but you never look a gift horse in the mouth as you take that game number 2 and even up the set 1-1.
I have never seen a more thread the needle moment than running off there with the crystal set up off the right side, the bubble right there as well. Literally any other hitbox of that forward air, and Sandstorm was fine, but you're going to you set up for that reversal as well, where it's like Lucius definitely thinking it's lucky stars right now. So maybe going to game number 3 on the rock wall pick, where Olympia is love to take their opponents, considering that you can take this out extremely early off of these side blast zones, and considering Lucius' movement is so reliant on those platforms, the only really reliant is sitting here underneath the ledge and wait for Sandstorm to kind of find those pickups there towards the bottom of the ledge there.
Yeah, the wrong hit of nair or the wrong hit of back air can just mean like, oh, surprise, you have lost your stock at 60 because quick confirm into a forward air or an up B and you're gone. Rock wall blast zones be like that. If there's anything that Sandstorm, I think, is starting to key in on, it's the fact that Lucius is hyper fixating on the grab game right now. Like, we're seeing so many times where Lucius will just like try and mix in anti-lands and try and mix in RTCs and just look for a grab. And, you know, Sandstorm's starting to really mix up timings and spot dodges to keep things well in control and always to keep Lucius guessing. Oh, big forward air from ledge, but across the whole stage, not going to even up the stock count. And the Sandstorm gets a chance to never mind.
We're just hanging up barely there with that focus attack recovery. Just comes back on high, waiting for Sandstorm to overextend with that crystal. Just waiting there patiently. Has no intention on challenging Ranno all the way down there. Sitting in the corner with the crystal, resitting it there as well. Trades back to that platform. The ghetto tech just barely hanging on there. The nice floor hug there on the part of that F-tilt, which is needing a singular grab, anything at this point. Ranno's such an awkward position now where you're out of the percent of confirms and just need a raw hit at this point. So I'm not going to give it to you, but going to catch the recovery there with the nair. 61%, definitely not too bad of a situation. Especially on a stage like this, though, you got to be careful because one floor hug, one bad situation there with the up throw, you could be it, but Lucius recognizing that, going to go for that low recovery instead.
It's all about these deep dash games for Lucius. Meanwhile, Sandstorm playing as twitchy as ever with those keyboard controls. You see the quick movement, how fast he was at finding his way to that top platform. Quick little wave land down tilt, confirm that stock. Game, set, match for stock number 2, putting Lucius once again. It feels like every game in this set has been behind the 8 ball.
My God!
So you remember the start of Rockwall. You know, you get hit by the wrong hit of Nair, and that can just be game, set, and match. Well, I think Sandstorm called game.
I think you were onto something there. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
That's just how Rockwall can be, but you only get Rockwall once. DSR is online for that reason, and we're going to Fire Capital for game number 4. Lucius is kind of acing the hole here, won twice on this stage in the winner side set. Let's see if the third time can be the charm.
I mean, like we mentioned before, the entirety of the set is the way Lucius plays his game, utilizing those bigger stages, utilizing the space you can give with the Ranno movement in general. And a stage like this now, Sandstorm is being forced to, every single time you find that opening, not only is it to take advantage, but also it's to, whenever you reset, get back to neutral, whenever you either take a stock or put him in a bad position, it's staying there and keeping your feet on the ground where you're quick enough to chase Lucius if he goes to the other side of the stage.
Oh, Olympia loves this stage for a lot of the same like offensive reasons of Fire Capital. These platform layout, the heights of them are so good for Olympia's general offensive game plan. And oh boy, you know that Sandstorm is hunting for ways to get to these platforms. The back throw to keep Lucius on stage because that's where it's more of a threat.
Yeah, the crystal there again underneath that left side platform, catching in the bubble. Lucius still hanging on there. Back to getting caught with the ledge hog. Very good awareness there from Sandstorm, taking the first stock of this game. Even on, like you said, the past representation of Lucius on the stage like Fire Capital, but Sandstorm is not deterred by it at all at this point. Especially with that shark there with the up air. Now looking to accentuate a combo game here. Crystal still from center stage. Lucius going to eat so much damage for it, but the back air barely still not going to do it. He can catch him up there. The Nair going to keep him for a good position. And without the access to the crystal, oh, not going to crystal off for a forward air there. Man, they're still hanging on.
Overcomplicating every part of that conversion. I believe had a forward air ready to go. Instead doesn't take it, looks for an up air, tries to cover every possible DI. Like there's little things that you're just whiffing on when at this point,
my goodness,
you just need this Olympia gone here. I'm trying to run an F-tilt with the quick slingshot in, getting to the top platform. The damage is not being minimized at this point, and the special get-ups here, Momo, they have been on point and on time every time. Sandstorm 3 for 3 on those, and they always seem to set up into something more and more dangerous. A DAC is from Lucius, getting called out. Sandstorm up 3 stocks to 1, looking no worse for wear. The down strong closes it out, but hey, 2 stocks to 1, fresh and unbothered.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, not impossible for Lucius to bring us back the way Sandstorm is playing right now, and undeterred by all of the pressure Lucius is putting out there. Like you said, overcomplicating the combos where he does not need to. And Lucius Sandstorm doing the exact opposite, finding so much of those consistent Olympia hits right there, up air into forward air coming out, 71% because the other side of the ledge. Resetting back there over and over with those command grabs, up air coming out, another jab into a down to 89. Just one more on the side of those blast zones could be it. Lucius, you gotta be careful. He's looking like right now someone's gonna take it all the way home. Not gonna find that forward. You're barely keeping yourself alive with those needle stacks. But Nair coming out at the end, holding onto that ledge. Lucius barely makes it back on again. The crystal into the up special, and buddy, you're out of there.
Yeah, that is gonna do it here, Momo. I mean, it is what it is from Lucius' side. You can't always find the winners. Can't always find the run back. Sandstorm, a menace of a character and a menace of a player as we see him move on into losers side finals.